Good day, everyone. Today we're going to talk about some traveling tips and information to Taiwan with an infant. Um, Half of the trip will probably be the pre-traveling, pre-plan, because there's a lot of preparation beforehand to make sure the whole entire trip goes as smooth as possible. Here's a list of recommendations to bring: travel size stroller, which you will need to gate check before you board the plane. Recommend also to get a bag for it because it will get dirty. Some planes do bag the stroller up beforehand, some planes do not. Um, Also, make sure you count the diapers you need, try to do an average out. Diaper bags, baby formula, since if you're traveling with an infant, portable fans, baby camera and monitor, bottles, bottle detergent, portable bottle washers, water wipes, alcohol wipes, disposable bags, Ziploc bags, Tide Pods, a hat for the baby, portable breast pump, sound machines. Some could be portable or one could be stationary in the room. Mosquito repellent, bands or stickers. These are the ones that you probably see on Amazon, where you kind of stick on the clothes or just the bands to wear around the ankle bracelet or around, you can put around the shoulders. Medicine for the infant, toys and needs, and also um, blackout sheets if the infant is not used to sleeping with the light. Traveling to Taiwan. When we traveled, with our baby that was 3 months old, we flew with China Airlines. We booked our tickets um, without selecting seats. That was the risk that we took. Try to book it as early as possible, and then when there was check-in time, make sure you call the airline immediately. Okay, this is the money tip where we called the airline. We told them that we want the bassinet seats, and we told them we do have an infant. And the airline, depending who you speak to, the airline may give you the seats for free. Okay. Um, Originally, if you go online and try to book those seats, it has more leg room. Those seats cost additional $60 per seat, which is pretty much $120 for us if it's just myself, my wife, and the kid. So we saved $120 to call the airline to let them know we do actually have an infant, and we do want that passenger seat, and they moved us up for free. So thank you to China Airlines for that. Other airlines may do the same, because most people that travel, they may not want the bassinet seat, but because it has additional costs. But if you let them know you do have an infant, they do generally probably put you as a priority. So that's $120 savings. Another tip I want to mention on food tips is before boarding the plane, please be aware. If this, for us, it was our first time, traveling with my baby. So when they announce, all people with priority, premium, platinum, which we were not, handicap or people that has kids, infants that need assistance, that was us. You will be the first one to board. So generally, people for a trip to Taiwan, there's generally lines based on zones, priorities. Don't get on those lines. Just wait until they call people that needs or needs assistance or people with kids and infants. Um, that is your one of our opportunity to go in. You'll be the first one to board. So that was a luxury for us because that never happened to us before. And it will save you 30, 45 minutes, sometimes even an hour, depending how long it takes to board the plane. Because you will get to your seats, put your, give them your stroller, put your baby in the appropriate spot, either on the and then put the baby on your carrier, and that will save you a lot of hassle and worry. And while on the plane, key factor is for the bassinet, it will be installed on the wall you're facing, depending on the plane. For us, it was the wall I'm facing. There were two little holes. They only put that bassinet while the plane is in the air. So if you ask them about it, just you could give the flight attendants a heads up that you want the bassinet, but they won't install it until the plane is fully in the air um, at a good altitude. And a good warning for anybody is make sure if you want your TV tray up or down, try to do it beforehand, because once that bassinet is installed, the TV tray will pretty much be stationary, meaning you can't put it up or you can't put it down because the bassinet will get in the way, and the flight attendant may not assist you all the time if you want to do that. So if you have two people traveling with the infant, I recommend to have one person have the TV tray up, one person don't have the TV tray, if you want to watch TV or not. Because once the bassinet is installed, it's pretty hard to get out. You may have to ask your neighbors to, excuse yourselves and try to not overstep them to move, leave your seats, or may have to jump over the seats. Because the bassinet does take up a good portion of what's in front of you, and the TV tray will block your path as well. Another recommendation and tip is once you arrive in Taiwan, you will save yourself at least an hour. And that is the part where you let the plane, the airport members know you have an infant, and is there a line for you to cut to, because once you land in Taiwan, you have to go pretty much like custom. So you let them know you have an infant. Is a way to expedite you, and there generally is a line. We passed through 10 rows of people, to a different line, and they guided us. They walked us through, they stamped our passports, and that was a blessing. So please ask and the airport security guards that you have an infant, and let them know if there's a line for those. If you're pregnant, infant, and kids, they generally will let you cut through or guide you, and then there'll probably be a separate line just for you guys. So that will save you so much time. Once you're in Taiwan, you will most likely go to the Taiwan markets. Every single night market will be crowded. Um, so definitely recommend to go there during weeknights instead of the weekends, because there'll be less people, especially if you're traveling with a stroller. Um, you don't have, people won't, you won't be trying to squeeze through the crowds with a stroller, or if you're holding the kid, because during the nighttime, your infant will probably most likely be sleeping. But at the same time, you don't want to be, snaking through the crowds, people bumping into strollers. From our experience, we did not have a problem with that. But at the same time, most people were mindful that they saw our strollers and kind of, let us go through. But it is still at a snail pace because there's so much people at the night markets. And definitely try to feed the baby and change the baby beforehand. There won't generally be any changing stations, bathrooms at the night markets, unless you're trying to find a restaurant, which is kind of outside the night market. And don't forget to bring the fan. Taiwan does get hot and humid. Mosquito repellent. I recommend the stickers and bands. Sound machines or headphones to cover their ears. And of course, depending on the temperature, also um, maybe they need a little light, breathable cloth or blanket or cover, or even if it rains, definitely bring something to cover that as well. Our experience also while traveling, we took the MRT. Our baby cried every single time in the trains because certain train tracks are pretty loud. We did bring the sound machine. Sometimes that helped, but at the same time, it's some of the tracks are so squeaky and loud, the baby will cry regardless. So try to calm the baby down as much as you can. And one thing we realized in Taiwan, which was very odd to us, was we had an infant. Maybe because the baby is so small and so cute. Um, there was a lot of nosy people that wanted to touch the baby, which um, was very surprising to us, especially when it was crying. They think they probably didn't know better. They try to touch the baby and try to calm them down. Um, just politely tell them don't touch our baby, give our personal space. I don't know why that did happen, but that occurred to us 3 times within a week. So not sure why people were a little bit too nosy on that one. Um, Probably because they think they have more, they're probably grandparents. They think more experience, um, and maybe they probably know. They think they know better. So try to be polite and tell them, please don't, you know, try to have them mind their own business. Another thing is also MRT. You're not allowed to eat on the platform, or on the train. So try not to feed your baby as well. Um, Last thing, please be in mind. My mind is that people will understand. You have a baby, can't control it. They probably know that you gotta do your best. So try not to be so anxious or nervous about the situation. Everything will be fine. And then returning back to the U.S., highly recommend global entry. Um, Otherwise, there will be a sea of people. The line will probably be like an hour long. Um, if you do have global entry, you could skip that line. For us, when we were there, we try to talk to the staff members that we have infants, 3 months old. Do we have to wait on this line? Sadly, depending who you talk to, they'll probably say yes. There is no special, circumstance line if you're pregnant, crying baby. From our experience, they didn't care. So that's why we recommend the global entry. Set up your appointment, pay for it. Highly recommend it. Save yourself at least an hour or two of headache in case the baby is crying. So make sure when you return back to the US, the custom line is pretty long. Just be mentally prepared for that. That is all. Hopefully, your trip to Taiwan will be as best as possible. Thank you.